Hi Pisces, welcome to my channel, The Guided Intuitive, and thank you so much for being here. Guys, what we're going to do is we're going to do a read for you and who, which could be a significant other, friend, family member, a person of interest, right? A person that you're currently seeing right now, of course. It also could be you and the other side of a situation. So just note that. This is a general read, so please keep that in mind. If you'd like to tap into your, if you'd like us to maybe tap into your own personal energies and kind of get into kind of your personal needs and situation, then definitely go to theguidedintuitive.com and we'll get you set up over there. All right. All right. Let's see what's in store. This will be the first half of December, the 1st through the 15th, 2019. And there we have it. We're already here, shimmying towards the end of the year. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Okay, so we're going to see what wants to come up. I want to thank all of you that have joined me on the Beyond the Read sessions. I do appreciate that. For those of you that are interested in perhaps eliminating, negative emotions or beliefs that are holding you back, maybe having some significant abundance blocks, in terms of your life, and you're really looking to clear that out, especially at the end of this year, so you can actually take off for next year in 2020 and really hit it, then you definitely want to check out our Beyond the Read session up here. That's exactly what it's to actually to eradicate the core and the actual root of the situation and be able to free you of that energy so you can move forward and to really breach the gap as to where you are now and then where you'd like to be and close that gap towards zero. So that's exactly what our intention is. So we look forward to that. So if you are interested, do check us out for that. Now, many of you are also have been booking with me in terms of our coaching packages. So I do appreciate that. So thank you for all of you that have been doing that. Usually it starts with a Beyond the Read session and it moves from there. But just so you know, again, if you want the accountability, if you are looking for the inspiration, the motivation to really have some sort of succinct way in terms of a plan to move you forward and get to where you would like to be, and be accountable and to really be excited about it, then that would be something you want to check out. So if you are interested in that, just book a discovery session up here and we'll take a look at your current situation and see where you're at and what some recommendations that we have, and then you can choose what's best for you. Okay. All right. So let's see what's in store for you. I'm excited. Let's see, Pisces, what's going on for you. Here's the current situation right now. Interesting. Okay. So we've got fragments. And this is interesting because when I get this card, it almost feels like there's some sort of fear that's attached to it. Yeah. I mean, I'm just looking at this a little bit and I'm just seeing, you see how her hands up there and just kind of say, no, not that again, kind of that type of thing. That's what I'm seeing. This is interesting, guys. Now, this is just the current situation at this time. You could be, perhaps in some way kind of holding yourself in a certain, I don't know, some sort of past situation that you do not want to perhaps address, confront, work through. But that's what I see. There's some sort of fragments, and it's influencing whatever's happening in your relationship, in your situation, whatever that calls for, whatever's brought you to my channel. Okay, that's exactly what I'm seeing here. So it's really interesting. So this is really just saying, hold yourself with compassion, have patience for yourself, and hold yourself in your own loving arms. Now, it could be that is with you or perhaps with another, but this is really telling me is that there are parts of yourself that you are yet to realize. And this is about, you really taking the time to really get to know yourself. Or perhaps this is about taking the time to really get to know someone first, okay? Because you might just have fragments of them and not have that full picture. So that's what's coming through. So this is quite interesting. Yeah, very, very interesting, okay? If it's you, just know that you're definitely, you're a beautiful human being. And, and the biggest thing is to remember is that sometimes when we look into the mirror, is we see the things that are raw, but it's also a fact that if we can't, you have to be able to find beauty in yourself, and then that way you can have this greater vision and greater perspective to see the beauty in others. So this is really perhaps not cringing when you look into the mirror, but just really loving every damn piece of you and knowing that you're so original and that you're so unique and that your imperfections are absolutely perfect, okay? Just the way you are. And so this is what a really good reminder. So there's perhaps some things that you have to work through, and draw your own meaning from yourself. Whether you've had, some sort of fear. What's interesting is that you see the eye that's in her hand. It's kind of like, there's like that evil eye, right? And so this is really saying is that to really open that up and to see that as being the beauty and to see that as your third eye and higher perspective, and looking beyond, and taking a different perspective of the situation, of yourself, and of the whatever is confronting you. So this is interesting, but I'm going to actually pull, I want to pull a tarot in terms of this just to kind of see what wants to come out here under fragments. What is the clarification for this real quick? I just kind of want to see what's coming through. Lots of choices, and you don't want to make the wrong choice. So there's a lot of variety of choices. So it could be that you've got lots of choices and every little bit of them is a fragment, right? And you're just not sure. You've got fragments of each. You're not sure which is legitimate choice and which is not. And again, that could go for a relationship, a situation, work situation, whatever. But it's kind of cups energy. It's kind of kind of hitting you emotionally. Yeah, and it's almost, I feel, is that in some way there's something that is necessary to walk away from, that it is in your best interest to walk away from. Now, it could be of one of the choices here. It could be walking away and no longer adopting any sort of fear and confronting the fear head on and working through it. And really overcoming it, which is really kind of cool, okay? But that is exactly what I see here. Sorry, you guys, I have a blanket here that I have in my lab because I was a little chilly, so I definitely was using that and pulling that up a little bit. But yeah, so I mean, that's exactly what it is. Lots of choices, but walking away from some, obviously, because when you make a choice, you're going to, but whatever it is, you feel that it's in your best interest in order to do so, okay? I just want to get a clear idea of the situation at hand. I'm going to pull one more through another deck because I want to get a pretty good idea of where you're at. This wants to come out. What is this? Okay. This is nice. A personal issue reaches resolution. Guys, this is so cool. I love this for you. This is just basically saying it could be a personal situation that, again, this fragment could be having to do with you. And for some of you, that's actually going to be the case, but it's going to reach some sort of resolution. And this is really, really beautiful. So this is nice. This is nice, and allow you not to be in this kind of like, oh, which do I choose? I think that there is a decision that's made and allows you to move forward. So let's go ahead and take a look at what is your challenge or opportunity here. What is that? What do we have? Unity, coming together for the greater good. So this could be, again, working things out and having a wonderful resolution to it. So that could exactly be the case. Working together, right? So maybe deciding to work together with someone, something, a job of some sort coming together. Could be two people coming together as well. The opportunity coming together for the greater good in this world, because unity really brings that out. So this is beautiful. This is really beautiful. And there's a lot of fire around this. So there's a lot of passionate energy in this process. So I really think it's really kind of blessed by the universe, and it's actually in the universe. It might have to do something taking care of the earth or the greater good of the earth. So yeah, it's exactly what I see. It's also seeing the worth not only in yourself, but also seeing your worth in others. Okay, so for some of you, that's the message. Seeing yourself as that worthy, knowing that you were born worthy, and then knowing that you can attract others that are the same. And it could be that you're not going to settle for less than equal footing in a situation, in a relationship, whatever. And it's just coming together with that compromise. So that's the opportunity for you there. So obviously the challenge is that not doing that, right? So it's saying really there's a great opportunity for that. Let's take a look at what you need to focus on. So let's take a look at what that is. Let's see what that is for you. Okay, here it is. What is it? Here we got absence. Okay, interesting. What you need to focus on, okay? So maybe you need to take some time to go within a little bit and to try to uncover that of which is hidden. And so I really see that your heart is actually at a standstill, right? You've got a wild horse that is right above that heart that wants to roam pastures and likes to get out there and gallop and sightsee and do that and love and be open. But there's as if that it's kind of a little bit closed and at a standstill. Okay, so that's what I feel. So the heart is at this time. What is it? It's about at a standstill. It's about holding on for a moment before moving forward. So maybe you're taking yourself away for a little while, maybe going within a little bit more, maybe staying a little bit more solo and spend a little bit more time alone. And so you can gather and ponder that of which is hidden for you in this relationship or in this situation. Let me pull a tarot on this and see what wants to come out, because this is what you need to focus on. What is it? Looks like there's a brand new beginning. Now, this could be you taking on this energy. This is Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius type energy, or this is someone else that's coming towards you and wants a new beginning that might be of that sign or taking on that energy. But yeah, so I see the page. Pages are about messages, right? And so that's what I see coming through. Let me see what else. Queen of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Okay, someone that's spiritual, someone that is very confident in what she does, very exuberant, right? Looks towards the sun. You see, she's holding a sunflower. The sunflowers always have a way of turning to where there's light, so they can actually take in that energy. And that's beautiful. And that's, so I think maybe why this absence is important, in terms of the, opportunity or challenge as regards to the, regard to the relationship. But yeah, I really see that this is really quite beautiful. Really beautiful. Interesting. I'm going to pull on in terms of what you need to focus on, anything that's important for you here. Wow, your commitment. This is a commitment is going to be tested. So your commitment to yourself is really going to be tested as it relates to either a new beginning in a relationship or a new beginning. It could be a choice of career, something of the sort. You might want some sort of new beginning with someone or something. But right now, their absence, they are away from you. And this is saying to focus and focus on yourself. But this is saying that your commitment is being tested. Now, keep in mind that the moon is in Sagittarius as of today. It's moving through there, and that is of thinking big. It's November 28th right now. So what I'm thinking of is that when it hits the next full moon, which is December 12th, that is between now and then, whatever you put into whatever it is that you want, a relationship, a situation, whatever that is, it's an opportunity for you to get the rewards, whether it's small or whether it's big. It depends on what you put into it. Okay, so that's the type of thing. Think realistically. Don't think too big. Okay, because that's another thing that kind of comes into play. There's a little caveat to that. Okay, so that's what's coming through. But yeah, interesting. Well, let's take a look at what your past is and see what wants to come up in terms of your past. Anything there. Efficiency. So just making sure that you're spending your time in the right places, investing your love in the right places, the right person, and investing your work and your efforts into the right company, right career field, right business, that type of thing. So that's what seems to be coming out. So it's about being efficient and being careful of how and you're spending your time and the results of that. Okay, so just kind of taking a step back and looking at that and where the investments are all being made and making sure that that is working for you at this time right now. Okay, so that's what I see. Now let's take a look at what your strengths are. What are your strengths? Here we go. Connection. So getting out and reaching out with others or having a connection with someone special. Now the connection could be emotional because this looks like it's in the water where there's starfish and all of that through. So it talks about emotions, right? So I really feel that there is some sort of connection that is on an emotional level. And this is a lot of green in this card, which really talks about the heart, the heart chakra. And that is, it's heart driven, which is so, so beautiful, right? So that's what I love to see. This is really, really cool. So I'm going to actually pull a card to clarify this and see what wants to come out. So connection, this is your strength. This is your strength. Okay. Wow, this is about a new romantic cycle beginning. I'm not surprised when it talks about the emotions. So this is beautiful. There's a new romantic cycle that's beginning. This is your strength. So if this is something you want to move forward with someone, then this is saying this is an opportunity when this talks about. So the connection is maybe perhaps romantic for some of you. If it's not for romantic for some of you, it could be that a new cycle is beginning that makes your heart sing. And it could be, it could be a business, it could be whatever, that is something that your heart wanted or heart desired. So that's what's coming through. Let's take a look at your near future and what that looks like. Where did I put them? Okay, here we go. So many cards on my desk. All right, let's see what this is. Near future. What is it? What is it? Here we go. Oh, consistency. Nice. Okay. So this is about being consistent on whatever it is that you want in that relationship or situation, or if you're working hard towards something in a business. Apply consistency towards that. This is going to be key. Obviously for making success. But again, remember I mentioned where the moon is at this particular time, that consistency is going to really have some big payoffs, and you'll know where you stand when it hits around December 12th. Okay, so that is when the next full moon is. So this is beautiful, guys, really beautiful. So apply consistency. So whatever it is that you're focused on that you want, do that now. You might get a little bit of a jump start on it, right? Because you got a couple of days here. Then I'm doing this prior to December 1st. And this is going to help you. Even though that things might be a little bit hidden, she's got the sun behind her back that is much bigger than the moon. There's more that she already knows within her in terms of that of which is hidden moving forward. So this is saying, turn that way and move forward, okay? And sorry for the glare there, guys. I'm going to actually pull you're just seeing the near future, any sort of clarification that can help in that. Hold your vision. Very, very true. Hold your vision, okay? Going to be very, very important, and apply that consistency and move forward with the warmth of the sun, all right? So that's what it's telling me right here. Let's take a look at your suggested approach. What is your suggested approach in this situation, in this relationship? Suggested approach, what is it? Productivity. Wow. We got a lot of efficiency, productivity, in unity, coming together. Wow. Okay. So guys, this is about productivity. It's very similar to what we talked about in terms of efficiency in the past, right? That now this is about productivity, and this is taking a look at what you have so far and then moving forward, and making sure that whatever you put your time into is going to be productive. Okay. There's a thing as in terms of being busy or being productive. Are you just being busy, or are you truly being productive? Ask yourself that, because that's what's coming into play. Now, this could be also in terms of a relationship. Are you going towards what it is that is going to produce that of what you want, or are you just dating a bunch of people and not really moving in the direction that your heart really wants for yourself? So just note that that's what's coming into play. And this is about your suggested approach. So just put the investment of that is producing it, and producing, baby steps and progress within that, whatever that looks like. Okay. So that's really, really important. So that is your suggested approach. Anything that wants to come out of the productivity to share with us. Okay, so it's saying right now that if there's a dream that you want, you need to put in some sort of productive plan. You can't make this stuff up, guys. This is so true. So if you want to be productive, put a plan in place to make that happen. Okay, and that's why a lot of us, sometimes, us coaches need coaches, right? So it helps us also be able to help others, and so on and so forth. So it's just a beautiful thing. But that is is one of the reasons, some of my clients say, hey, I need to have that accountability, that insight. I need to have that motivation. I need to have a plan. I need to have those steps, what to do next, and that accountability factor. All of that's coming together that could take them to what they have always dreamed of, from where they're at right now, and just, closing that baby up. And that's what I see here. So, definitely choose something that's going to be productive and not busy. So your dreams need a practical plan at this time. And this is about your suggested approach in this relationship or situation. It can go for a relationship too, guys. Okay. So you need some sort of plan. All right. How you're going to go about doing that. Let's take a look at your what do we want? What you need to know. What you need to know. Here's what you need to know. Okay. Center yourself. Be real with yourself. Take off any masks. Really, and there probably are some things that are hidden that are now are kind of coming out that maybe you've outgrown. It's going to sound like her mask is outgrown, right? It's overflowing, right? It's a little wild. So this is saying that of which is unknown is getting out of hand. And so now it's time to center yourself, all right? Very, very key in centering yourself. Let's see what the tarot has to say about centering yourself. Centering yourself, yeah, because there was, for some of you, I will tell you, Pisces, some of you came out of a tower moment, okay, in a relationship or situation, and you are just gaining your balance back from that. It's a major arcana card, and it could have dealt with love. It wasn't what, you are focused here, okay, but what this is saying, truly here is that at this time, this is one perspective behind you. You're still not done, okay? You've been dealt a hand of cards, and you're only looking like the 3 of the cards out of the 5. So this is about looking at your full hand and not partial hand of that. So it's just about that to center yourself takes a different perspective, okay? That's what it's going to be, and that is going to be what it is that you need to know, okay? And what you need to know, what I'm going to pull is another card in terms of centering yourself, the Tower and the 5 of Cups, because there's a change. This is saying that the answers that you need to know are coming. Okay, so this is good. This is good. All right, they're coming. All right, but it does take a different perspective. Okay, and so that is really, really key. Let's take a look at your hopes and fears and what that looks like. What are your hopes and fears? Let's see what that looks like for your hopes and fears. Bryce, what is it? Discernment. So this is about having the confidence to make the best choices that are for you, and just to be cognizant of who you're allowing into your life in terms of your dating sphere. And that could be for some of you, right? That could be for somebody who you're letting into your life in terms of business and colleagues, right? And even family and friends and things like that. Just be discerning of how your energy is being either depleted or actually being, energized, okay? Or being fueled up again, all right? So just being very discernful. And that could be just not, people, it could be places and things, right? Films, books, news, things like that. So be very discerning. This is talking about as the choices that you make among partners, persons, places, or things, because it's going to affect your energy level, okay? So that is your hopes and fears. The hope is that you're going to be discernful, and you'll be able to stop for a moment and choose wisely so you can grow even more where your target is. Let's see what information wants to come out of there. Yeah, so you've got a lot of choices that are coming to you, right? You're focused on the 3 right here, but be careful of the things that are coming in, and just make sure that that is something that is divinely guided. This is beautiful here. It's like you're focused on this, and this right here, you're meditating on. If it doesn't look like this, you're ignoring it. But this is saying, sometimes you need to be, to take a look at things as well. That's going to be key, because this is emotions. So there's opportunities coming to you in love. But this is saying to be very discernful and to choose wisely. Take a look at the past of what you've had, and then take a look at some of the future, the opportunity. Perhaps the universe knows better than you right now. And then you're having to stop and take a look at that and saying, oh, this is on my right path. This is someone who's got my same values, as opposed to the past that has left me sad and why it didn't work out. Okay. So yeah, that's what I see here. Yeah. This is the 4. This is about getting some sort of emotional stability. So this is the 4 of Cups. So interesting, guys. They're very interesting. So let's take a look at what your outcome will be. What's your outcome over here? What is it? Expectation. Okay, keep your vision alive. Remember, if you want to have this dream and your desire, you got to have a plan, right? This is about having an expectation and putting that expectation and sharing that with the universe so it can actually have wings to take off, right? So you've got that dragonfly on you, which is spiritual maturation, maturity, spiritual enlightenment. Transition, okay, and it allows you to take off on a much clearer path and really fly. So continue your manifestations as to what it is that you want and keep that focus there, and make sure that if you wobble back to what you don't want, that you wobble right back to where it is in the vision of what it is that you do want, so you can keep that. What you want to do is achieve less wobble, right? So that's kind of the main thing. So expectation, this is great. And keep in mind too, is that when you focus on what it is only that you want, act like there's no other choice. There's just no other choice than this. This is my only choice. I've got to focus on this. This is all that I have. And once you focus on that, it allows you to become stronger. But also, careful of your expectations, because some things will be come to you in a different way than you had expected. Okay, put your vision out there, but be open to how that it develops and how it is sent to you, because you might be pleasantly surprised. Okay, sometimes it's better than you had ever imagined. Okay, and that's what it wants to let you know. Okay, sometimes you don't have all the answers, and that's why the universe steps in on this, and there is some waiting period, divine timing on this, to so they can work behind the scenes and kind of co-create on some of this. So yeah, expectation. Let me pull a clarification card and see what wants to come through. Expectation. What is it? Let's just see here, Pisces. What is it? Wow, the end of a tough cycle. The end of a tough cycle approaches. So no wonder it wants you to focus on what it is that you want. You finished a very, very difficult cycle. But that does mean, that it means that you now can do the research and have a practical plan be put in, and so it can actually move you forward. Anything else that can help you here? What is it? What is this? Wow, a time to give. Oh my gosh, this is so beautiful. I got two, and they were sticking together, so I took them together. The first one that I got, it's time to give rather than take. Okay, so perhaps that you have been taking and taking, and so now it's time to give. Okay, to balance out the scales. But what's interesting about this? This is saying, and this is so beautiful, because they were meant to come out together. Look at how. I'll have you take a look at them. Look how beautiful they are. They both resonate with each other. So this first person is, the first one talks about it's time to give rather than take, right? And this one talks about you are good enough. Okay, you are good enough, because sometimes we forget that sometimes that we could be asking and asking and asking the universe for things, and it's also it's also about that give and take, like money in, money out. It's kind of like it really has this balancing of scales, and it's so beautiful. But this is really talking about it's a time to give rather than take, and that you are good enough. You were born worthy. You were definitely born worthy, and you were born with love. And just sometimes as we grow up, there's different types of evolution practices in terms of raising us when we were growing up, and it may have not been our choice, but it's what we had, and we have built up maybe some protective barriers just to get love. But this is letting you know that you are good enough. So if your question is that, you certainly are, more than you could ever imagine. Okay. All right, Pisces, believe that, and look forward to seeing what comes out for you within the second half of December. Note your comments below, and until then, namaste.